The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to Lloyd in Texas. Hey, Lloyd, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, good to talk to you. I'm a new subscriber, and I've just recently started watching your TFNN broadcast. It's fun. I'm enjoying this.
That's a beautiful thing, man. I like that Texas accent of yours. Totally.
Yeah, you can't buy this in Boston.
No, you can't. There's no doubt.
Thank you so much, Tom. I really enjoy your show.
I appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us, Lloyd. Thanks so much, man.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Of course, let's make it a great night. I got my partner, Steve Rhodes, with me here.
I think you go 24 hours a day.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Growling and prowling. There's nothing like it. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Love is kind and just. When you're in love, a smile is always on your face. You feel good about yourself, and because you are happy, you are kind. Love is also just. When you make a mistake, you only pay for that mistake once. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 49, NASDAQ off 9, S&P's off 7.5, gold contract down $10, trading at $1,322 an ounce. Silver off 29 cents at $21.63 an ounce. Platinum off 10 at $1,420 an ounce. Copper down 2 pennies at $3.29 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $104.67. Bonds up 14 ticks at $132.04. King dollar flat up 11 ticks at 80.56. Euro back 30 at 134. And the yen down 58, trading at 98.77. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Oh, baby, there's deviance everywhere, man. I can tell you, you got to love it. Okay, so what we do out here today, folks, cash S&P, we get down to the 1697. You close at 1702. You do $550 million versus the $2 billion that we had come down on Friday. Steve and I were just talking about this. So we go topside on the 18th. The 18th, of course, that was the Fed day. You take out the swing point. You do $819 million. Now, the $819 million bottom line, took out that swing, folks, 1776. I think this is going to be a complex ABC structure on the way up. It's going to somehow get to that level. So then what do we do, though? Okay, we come off that level. Huge volume, downtown.
We did.
And what has... I remember the first time that I ever seen this, folks, going way back now, meaning when volume comes out of the market, whether it's up or down. There's option expiration, no doubt about that. They're swapping some Dow stocks out, but guess what? That was volume downtown. That's the larger deal. So, we had the volume. We go all the way back 6 months ago. You had the volume downtown in April. You had the volume downtown in June. And now we get the volume downtown again. I suspect that we're still going to go get the 1776. That's deviance beyond belief. I know.
And the Dow's trying to be the weak link here again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So if we go over to the Dow, we take a look at the Dow, and what Steve's talking about here, the Dow, no doubt, gave it up in a huge way, okay? We went up from 15,700, and then, 3 days later, you're back at 400. So we'll see, bottom line, how that retracement shakes out, but you're going to get at least a test of the 15,700.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. What we have with the composite is this. She just won't back off at all. The composite
really won't. Yeah, right. and the market's not going to move substantially lower without the composite going with it.
Exactly.
It's just not going to happen.
Exactly. She backed off today with $1.6 billion, did $2.6 on Friday. She was backing into that Wednesday, and that Wednesday was 1.8. So the bottom line is that you can see that, bottom line, they want slightly higher price. Now, gold, you talk about giving it up quick, folks, okay? Gold, right now, we are out there at $13.22. Wednesday, of course, it took off topside in a huge way. Goes from a price point of $12.91 up to $13.67.
$75 or so, close.
And just gives it up. The equities themselves, There, a few of them are coming back under that sign of strength. Bottom line, if you're in that market, folks, have patience, big time. Bonds. I love these bonds. Okay, baby, here we go. Bonds. What do we have? 200,000 contracts. You built, it looks to me like a small ABC structure on the way up. We're 132, 136 is game here. The 132.15 from Tuesday and Wednesday, mind you, okay, has 472,000 contracts.
Yeah.
And the structure itself, interest rates are going lower. We look at the 10-year. The 10-year broke 2.7 today. It's 2.6. That 10-year is going to be 2.5 in a heartbeat. And in fact, now check this out. Here, let me do the 10-year, because when you do the 10-year, watch what happens here, folks. This is cool. TYZ3. TYZ3. So, at the correlation inside the 10-year, we're at 125.18. And this also looks like a small ABC up, but watch the number. This is where the number gets extraordinary. The A point on this is 122.07. The B is 125.29, so it's almost 126. So you almost get 4 points. If you get 4 points out of this is how dramatic this would be, folks. You get to 128.
Yeah.
Now check this out. When the bonds were 132, the 10-year was 1.67. So we went that fast. So that can go that fast again. Yeah. So it was the biggest downdraft that the 10-year ever had, I think, since 1994. But now, if we go topside, it's going to be the biggest updraft.
Yeah. So, on my screen here, I've got if you take a look at the 30-year.
Yes.
It was in a 2+ year consolidation.
Right.
Range,
oh, I know.
Which it's broken.
Right.
So it's going to go back up and try to get back into that consolidation.
Right.
The 135-ish area.
There's no doubt. And when you look at that consolidation, it actually, when you do a continuous contract, folks, it's August that it was coming into the breakout area, and it never got to the bottom of the breakout area.
Right, that's right.
I mean, which is intense.
Yeah.
It never made it to the bottom of the breakout area. So there's real action, man. It's gonna be wild watching this whole thing shake out. No two ways about it. The gold deal. Have patience, folks, because, see, the divergence is huge out here, because you got to understand something. Gold pulled back that dramatically. The equities pulled back that dramatically. And my King Dollar didn't go anywhere. But down. It went down. It went down, but it saved itself on a test, but the bottom line, it hasn't got any juice off that. I mean, it hasn't moved. So, realistically, folks, that is not the way it should have shaken out.
Yeah. Now, your King Dollar.
Yeah.
My King, too.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I like that.
So you know how people are always talking about the dollar has been trashed, it's at the lows.
Yes.
And you always say, wait a minute.
Right.
No, it's not. You got to go back all the way, the low was put in back in April of 2011. But what it did do last week is it broke that rising price channel that it was in.
Okay.
So it came out of it. Now, when you break a price channel, it says it's going to go back up there and at least test it or try to get back in.
That's right.
Into
That's
it.
right.
And that's off of the lows. That's truly off of the bottom back from 2011.
Right. Right.
So we'll see what Uncle Ben can actually do.
No, and it's
up against support. Okay, so on the weekly chart, the way I take a look, it's up against some nice support here where the bulls had stepped in right back here, nice big candle back on June 21st. Yes. So it's come back down to where it should, but it really busted through that rising price channel. It'll go back up there, and we'll see if it gets back inside.
Yeah, we'll see whether. So the way this works, folks, if that is a false break, then it will go bust the upper type of channel. If it's not a false break, depending on how long it takes to get up there, you can still get to a lot higher price.
You can,
if we go out a month or 2 months or something.
Right, yeah.
But it is pretty cool, because what does happen with price channels, folks, they're hard to get back into. It's not, it's going to take some work. It's not, once
in this case here, it broke it with conviction.
Yeah,
it's not like it just broke it. It broke it with some conviction.
No, it absolutely did. It absolutely did. It's going to be wild watching it shake out, man. No doubt. So, I'm looking at you got to see this picture that Steve has, man. This is amazing.
Well, this was sent to us by Bob, one of our listeners.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah, Bob in California.
Oh, man, thanks so much.
Yeah, and he knows you were out there, checking out the boats up in the Northeast, last year, the year before. Right. And it's really, I think it's one of the most fantastic shots from the America's Cup that I've ever seen.
Folks, there's no doubt. And I was watching, we were watching the 45s. So these are 75s. The 45s were the trials in Newport, not last summer, summer before.
Yeah.
And they fly. I just said to Steve, one day it was raining out, and no one was out, but I was out right next to them. And there was only 2 boats out, and all
these things are doing 40 knots.
Oh, they're amazing. When you got to see this picture. If you're watching Tiger TV, you can see the picture, and it's insane. Yeah. So it's the strategist will always slay the tactician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, that's, the way that I kind of take, that's the way that I look at trading and what it is that we do.
Right.
Right. And I've talked to so many folks that have signed up for the Master Trader series, the Ultimate Money. Next, this Friday. This Friday.
This Friday already?
It's already this Friday.
Oh, baby. That's quick. That's amazing. Okay, so, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. And it really is about being able to teach folks, show them how to become strategists when it comes to their trading.
Yeah. You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We're going to come right back. We have the Dow finished down 49, NASDAQ off 9, S&P's off 10. We'll be right back.